Okay. Next, we move on to gas tungsten arc welding. Okay. Gas tungsten arc welding or tungsten inert gas welding is a shield method arc welding process. A shielding is there, so it is called as shield method arc welding. TIG welding makes use of the high heat produced by the electric arc between the non-consumable tungsten electrode and material to be welded. Okay, so in gas tungsten arc welding, the electric arc is produced between a non-consumable tungsten electrode and the workpiece. The high heat is produced by the electric arc between the electrode and the material used for welding. Okay, next. The electric arc is produced between a non-consumable tungsten electrode and the workpiece. So we can see that a tungsten electrode is there inside a tungsten inert gas torch. Next, an inert gas, it may be hydrogen, helium, argon, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. It may be anything. Okay, argon, helium, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Anything can be used as inert gas, and inert gas is used for shielding purpose. It will produce a shielding gas, and it will help in the it will help in preventing the atmospheric gas to interact with the welding zone. Okay, and here we can use a filler rod. A filler rod may or may not be used. Okay, so there is an electrode holder in which the non-consumable tungsten electrode is fixed to produce arc. In TIG welding, there is an electrode holder in which the non-consumable tungsten electrode is fixed to produce arc. While supplying the electric power between electrode and workpiece, the inert gas from the cylinder is passed through the nozzle of the welding head around the electrode. So simultaneously, when we are giving electric current, inert gas from an inert gas cylinder is passed in and around the electrode to the through the nozzle of the welding head around the electrode. Okay, the inert gases may be argon, helium, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, surrounds the arc, and it protects the weld from atmospheric effect, and hence defect free joints are made. Filler metals may or may not be used. When a filler metal is used, it is fed manually into the weld pool. Electrode used in this process is tungsten. It has high melting point, that is around 3430 degrees Celsius. Therefore, it will not be melted during welding. The nozzle or shield size to be chosen depends on the shape of the groove to be welded, as well as the required gas flow rate. The gas flow rate depends on the position of the weld as well as its size. Okay, so the advantages, disadvantages, and application of the gas metal or gas tungsten arc welding. Okay, we'll deal with the gas tungsten arc welding. Okay, in gas tungsten arc welding, the main advantages are no flux is needed. The arc is clearly visible. Smooth welds can be obtained. Okay, so it is more suitable for thin section. Gas tungsten arc welding is more suitable for thin section. It does not create as much spatter and spark. It creates a better work environment with less smoke and fumes. It produces welds without contamination. The welding speed is high. It produces high quality welds. No weld cleaning is necessary, as there is no slag formation and all. There is no need for cleaning of weld. Okay. Limitations. It is generally restricted for flat and horizontal welding. So vertical and inclined welding cannot be possible using gas tungsten arc welding. Discontinuities in welds due to contamination of the tungsten electrode by the molten metal. Discontinuities are there due to the contamination of the tungsten electrode by molten metal. It is slow in operation than consumable electrode gas metal arc welding. Okay, it emits brighter UV rays when compared to other welding. UV rays are there. It is very much harmful to the eyes. The transfer of molten tungsten from the electrode to the weld causes contamination. Equipment is more sophisticated, so it is also more costly. Equipment is more sophisticated, so it is more costly. Gas tungsten arc welds tends to be less safe and less user friendly. Okay. Next, application. Application is very important one. Okay. Gas tungsten arc welding can be used for aluminium, magnesium, copper and copper alloys. Okay. For welding aluminium, magnesium and copper alloys, we can use the gas tungsten arc welding. Moreover that, we can weld Inconel, carbon steels and stainless steels. Thin parts and sheet metals can be welded easily. Canceling, instrument diaphragms and transistor cases can be welded very efficiently. Canceling and instrument diaphragms and transistor can be welded very easily and efficiently. Expansion bellows and other delicate parts can be joined. It is also used in the industries like atomic energy, aircraft, chemical and instrument industries. The welding process is very much effective. A rocket motor chamber fabrication welding can be done by this process. Okay, next one is plasma arc welding. Before going to plasma arc welding, we should know what is a plasma. Plasma is high temperature ionized gas. A plasma is the gas region in which there is practically no resultant charge. Okay, where positive ions and electrons are equal in number. The region is an electrical conductor and it is affected by electric and magnetic fields. When this high temperature plasma passes through the orifice, the proportion of ionized gases increases and plasma arc welding is formed. So, plasma is a high temperature ionized gas. It may be hydrogen or helium. Okay. So, plasma is a high temperature ionized gas conducting electricity. Plasma region is an electrical conductor and it is affected by electric and magnetic field. Okay, when this high temperature plasma passes through the orifice, the proportion of ionized gas increases and the plasma arc welding is formed. Okay, you can see a plasma arc welding setup here, and here we can see that when the gas is passed across the electric arc, the gas means the plasma gas. Okay, the plasma gas may be hydrogen or helium. Okay, when the gas is passed across an electric arc and then through a constrained opening, you can see at the bottom the constrained opening. Okay, and then through the constrained opening, the gas gets ionized. The plasma gets hydrogen or helium is ionized. Then okay, the gas gets ionized and becomes plasma. This also raises the temperature of the gas. A non-consumable tungsten electrode, water-cooled copper nozzle and gas shield is employed for the welding. So in this case, two inert gases are used. one for creating a plasma gas and another for creating a shielding gas. Okay, the process employs two inert gases. One forms the arc plasma and the second shields the arc plasma. Filler metals may or may not be used. Shielding is done to prevent contamination of weld. Temperature produced is about 10,000 degrees Celsius to 14,000 degrees Celsius. This high amount of heat energy is used for welding. The plasma arc welding is of two types. First one is non-transferred arc process. Next one is transferred arc process. Okay, you can see that in transferred arc process, the arc is formed between a positive workpiece and a negative electrode. It possesses more energy. As it possesses more energy, we can make use of a current limiting resistor to generate arc. Okay, it makes use of a current limiting resistor to generate arc, and it is used for cutting metals. As it possesses more energy, it can be used for cutting purpose. Okay, in transfer arc process, the workpiece is positive, electrode is negative, and it possesses more energy, and it makes use of current limiting resistor to generate arc. It uses for cutting metals. In non-transferred arc process, the arc is formed between positive water-cooled constricting nozzle. Okay, here the positive side will be a positive non-constricting nozzle and an electrode will be negative. Okay, it possesses comparatively less energy. It is initiated by a high frequency unit. It is used for welding application and metal plating. So in non-transferred arc process, the arc is formed between water-cooled constricting nozzle which is positive and electrode that is negative. It possesses comparatively less energy. It is initiated by a high frequency unit. It is used for welding application and metal plating. Okay. Next, what are all the advantages, disadvantages, and applications of the plasma arc welding? First one is advantage. In plasma arc welding, penetration is uniform. Good penetration can be possible with the plasma arc welding. It has deeper penetration capabilities and produce a narrow weld. Okay. Next, arc stability is good. Fully penetrated keyholes can be obtained. The plasma arc is more stable arc. Okay, and it is not easily deflected to the closest point of base metal. So a narrow welding can be provided. Hence, high accuracy of weld can be produced. High speed weld can be obtained. The production rate is high. Greater variation in joint alignment. Greater variation in joint alignment is possible with the plasma arc welding. Next, limitations. Huge noise occurs during the welding. So noise pollution is there. It is limited to high thickness application. High thick metals can be easily welded, but the low thickness materials cannot be welded using plasma arc welding. Okay. Frequent orifice replacement is necessary. The orifice should be frequently replaced as the plasma arc produces high amount of heat and energy. The nozzle will be damaged easily. Cost of the equipment is expensive. Sophisticated instruments are needed, so the equipment cost is very much high. Ultraviolet radiations can affect human eyes. It produces ultraviolet radiation, so it will affect the human eyes. More skilled operator is needed. The torch is more delicate and complex. Gas consumption is high. Applications. the applications of plasma arc welding. It is used in aerospace application. It is used for melting high melting point metals. High melting point metals can be easily melted and welded using plasma arc welding process. It is used for welding titanium plates and nickel alloys. It is used for tube mill application. Okay, thank you.